in December 2018. During Christmas holiday, me and my family went to Egypt with my friend's family. On our first day in Egypt, we were in Egypt's capital, Cairo. It was very warm. We visited Memphis, which was the capital of ancient Egypt. We saw ruins of old city of great pharaoh Ramesses II and his statue. Then we visited Saqqara, where we saw the famous Step Pyramid. It was the oldest pyramid of all, even though it is the smallest pyramid. We even went inside King Teti's pyramid. It had a small tunnel where everyone couldn't fit in, but I could fit in it. King Teti's pyramid got destroyed, and today it looks like a sand mountain with a bit of sand. That day evening, we went to Giza and saw the famous Great Pyramid of Giza. It is more than 5,000 years old. We even went on a camel ride to see all the 9 pyramids, which belongs to a family from grandfather to grandchildren. Then we saw the Sphinx. Wow, what a wonder! It was a great view with the pyramids in the background. Then we went to a shop which sells papyrus, ancient Egypt's paper. We learned how to turn papyrus into papyrus paper. Then we bought some of it. Then we learned about Osiris, the king of afterlife. Then we went to the train. It was awesome! Room with wash basin, a hanger with a mirror, and a couch that can turn into a bed. We reached Aswan next day morning. First thing we saw in Aswan was the High Dam. It is the highest dam in the whole of Egypt. There is a lake called Lake Nasser, which was formed by the High Dam. The highest dam in the world. Then we went to see Philat Temple. Wow, it was amazing. How did they build tall pillars? It was built for God. It was God's house. Then we went for a Nile cruise, my first time in a ship. Then we went to a village called Nubian Village. We went there by a boat. First thing we did in Nubian Village is learn some Arabic numbers in a school. Then we learned the Nubian Village's people's pets are crocodiles. My brother was brave enough to hold a real crocodile when we visited a house. In the night, I played a game called Mummify with my friend who came with us, with my family on the cruise. Day 3. Next morning, I woke up in the great cruise. I got ready for seeing Ramesses II's next amazing building called the Abu Simbel Temple. He even built a temple for his wife. It took 3 hours drive through the Sahara Desert to get to Abu Simbel. On the way we saw a mirage. It looked like a big lake from far. The mirage was cool. On the way to Abu Simbel Temple, we saw a great view of birds flying. I call it the Great Horus Birds of Egypt. It was so amazing that my friend Vincent and me pretended it was a bunch of pteranodons. We reached the Sun Temple of Abu Simbel. Whoa! How did they build such an enormous temple 3,500 years ago? Every year on February 22nd, the sun rays reach statues inside the Abu Simbel temple. In ancient Egypt, people used to celebrate sun festival there. In 1968, they relocated the Abu Simbel temple to higher ground, avoided being submerged when High Dam was built in Nile River. In the night, we went to a crocodile temple, which is 2,000 years old. It was cool, but it broke down, and we only saw the ruins. The crocodile was called Sabak. We went to a museum with lots of mummified crocodiles. Where was I? Oh yeah! On day 4, we went to a temple called Edfu Temple. And the best part was that we went by a horse carriage. It was my third time. The good old days. So the Radames 2 was moving again. It's been moving for 2 days. Only in the evening, me and Vincent played in the swimming pool on the deck of the ship, but it was freezing. Day 5, we reached Luxor. We spent 3 nights on the Radames 2 cruise ship. Next, we visited the Valleys of the Kings, where there are loads of tombs of kings there. When pharaohs found out the thieves are robbing precious things from pyramids, they started making big caves inside mountains that has a shape of a triangle and put tombs with mummies inside it. Some caves were very long. We visited 3 tombs. Tomb of King Ramesses III was very long, and Ramesses II was very colorful. After seeing the Valleys of the Kings, we went to see Queen Hatshepsut's temple, which was at the other side of the Valleys of the Kings. There were long stairs and huge statues, and it was under a big cliff. After seeing King Hatshepsut's temple, we went to have lunch in an island called Banana Island. At Banana Island, lunch was so good that stray cats began sneaking on us to get our food. They even tried to scratch Vincent. Poor cats, they must be hungry, I thought. So after Banana Island, we went to Karnak Temple. It was huge and incredible. How did they build a huge pillar? I call it incredible. Wait, forgot to tell you that there was an old language in ancient Egypt, and it's called hieroglyphics. It used pictures instead of letters, and we can find out whether to start from reading from left or right by looking at directions in which some bird pictures points at. Cool! We had lots of fun trying it in different temples. Almost at the end of the day, we went to a temple called the Luxor Temple. It was also a huge temple with tall pillars. After going to Luxor Temple, we went for dinner, and then we went to catch sleeping train back to Cairo. Day 6. We were back in Cairo. We went to another museum, but this time it's about entire Egypt history. We even saw mummies. It creeped me out. Our tour guide Amir explained us how the mummification was done in ancient Egypt. Then we saw King Tut, Tutankhamun's mask. He was a pharaoh 3,000 years ago. We even saw the coffin of King Tutankhamun, but he wasn't in it. After the museum, we went to see a church called Hanging Church. It is called Hanging Church because from far away it looks like it's hanging. We visited another church and it is believed that Jesus Christ and his family stayed there for 3 months when he was small. That night we stayed at Marriott Hotel, which was next to the pyramid. We could see the pyramids. Day 7. One more day. Tomorrow's the last day. My vacation is over so fast. We woke up really early in the morning and went to a place, Alexandria, which was founded by Alexander the Great. We visited Pompeii pillar made by Romans, Library of Alexandria is one of the largest libraries, catacomb, which are the underground tombs, and the citadel of Quat Bay, which is a fort next to the Mediterranean Sea. That evening, we took a flight from Abu Dhabi, then to Dublin. Hope you like my story.